I'd like to welcome everybody. I'm calling to order the regular meeting of the Robeson County Commission, June the 16th, 2025 in order. Got caps on? Please, thank you. Thank you. If you got a cell phone, try to mute it. Now, I'm gonna tell you, we're probably at fire marshal's capacity. So I may change up some things a little bit. First, roll call, commissioners, if you will.
Hey,
That little baby put us over.
here.
New member. That's okay.
Do what? He was keeping that at Haley.
Motion to make up for it.
Hey, Ray, I got you connected, but I ain't got you saying present yet. There you go. Stacy, I ain't got you saying present.
Oh. I was looking at the baby.
Tommy Jackson back there?
Yes.
There you go, Tommy. What? Everybody slap yourselves on the back. We have a vice president. This time I'm going to recognize Commissioner Romo during invocation, followed by the pledge to the flag. Will you please stand?
Bow our heads, pray please. Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, we just thank you that your word is true. And your word says that as government officials, we are your ministering servants. So we ask that you give us wisdom tonight to know how to make good decisions, to have wisdom to make good decisions, and that everything that we do and say be found pleasing in your sight. We pray this again in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Be seated. Thank you, Commissioner Romo. Commissioners, in your package is minutes from the previous meeting. I'll entertain a motion. Got a motion by Roberts. Got a second by Commissioner Couts. If questions are being called before the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
If you're not, say no. The minutes are filed. Okay, we're gonna do communications from the mayor. I'm gonna start off recognizing Commissioner Bubba Doris. He's recognized the Christian Community School coach baseball team.
Yes, sir. I'm good.
Wow. Bubba, you like to buck them up?
Yes, sir. I like to.
That way, if some of them wanted to leave, they can afterwards unless they want to learn how the county commission works.
Like to invite the coaches and the team up if I could to come up here and be a part of it. Is that all of them? All right. Looks like we're going to get started. This team here is the Christian and Community School coach or the Tennessee State Independent Athletic Association 2025 baseball championships. Or champions, I'm sorry. And where the Colts finished their 25th season in a 16-7 record, landing them in the #1 seed heading into the state playoffs. And where on May 6th, they faced off against Zion Christian and found themselves down, but rallied and won 7-5. Sweet. Again on May 10th against Franklin, they once again finding themselves down early, but then the team provided that grit and determination would lead to win, and it's going to the bottom of the 7th when CCS needed 1 run and a tie with 2 runs to win, which the coach made happen. So the game embodied all this team and made of each player coming together to build each other up and keep the game in hand. Head coach Sean Oakley, recognition please, Mr. Coach Sean. With assistants Tim Eaglesizer, and then we got Andrew Garrett, provided the leadership needed to guide the team in victory. Therefore, Mayor Vogel is recognizing them as hereby recognize Honor Christian Academy Schools baseball team on the behalf of Robertson County as the 2025 TSIAA State Baseball Champions. And I would like to congratulate the team, the coaches, and the parents that showed up for the team. And I would like to see if the coach like to come up here and make the announcements to who the team plays are. If you want to give them.
All right, good evening. So I'll introduce, all our players aren't here tonight, but we have a few out of town, but the most of them are here. We do have 16 players on our varsity team. So I'll start off with number 12 is Scooter Hester. Number 21 is AJ Langley. Number 15 is Chase Magwell. Number 5 is Jamison Garrett. Number 6, Jacoby Hodge. Number 3, Colton Eaglesizer. Number 30, Eli Powers. Number 9, Reeston Thomas. Number 8, Braden Wiley. Number 7, Treble Chung. And number 47, Henry Bundy. Well, I'd like to thank my parents, especially. It's a long season. Most of you that are around youth sports or high school sports know that it's a long grind. And I'd like to thank my parents for hanging in there with us. It's a 4 or 5 month grind. So thank you for your patience and getting your kids there and obviously supporting our team. I'd also like to thank the mayor and the county commission for recognizing our baseball team in Christian community schools. Thank you.
How you make
Let's get a picture and I'll see if I can get Angie and Leanne want to put it in the paper.
You want to hold this right here? Hold up.
You want?
AJ, how tall are you? 5'6".
I know you, Jack.
Maybe I'm 5'7". Cut up.
All right, here we go.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Couple of y'all need to go help my Braves out. They're struggling.
That one, 2 out, please. Get by the bell.
Thanks.
Now we got down to 5.
Okay. Hey, first off, I'd like to start my communications, Bobby Counts, his family for the passing of his mother. Real sorry about that, Bobby. Y'all seem like you got a lot of you this year. With you, man, if you need us, that's for sure. All you commissioners, I think 2 of you is okay, but 2018, if you was elected for then, you are grandfathered in about your education. Rest of you needs to catch up, I think. The auditor said something to me about it today. Ain't gonna blare nobody's name, but you know who you are. You might catch up some on that, okay? June the 28th, Hart's Chapel's having their barbecue from 4 to 8. Randy Wilson, Stacy Moore back there shaking their head, yeah. Hey, is it still all you can eat?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. All right, Bobby Hogan, I'm gonna ask you to come forward. Jody Stewart? You back there? Will you please come forward? Bobby went to, Gatlinburg and represented Robeson County with his awards show. Come on up, Jody. Bashful. She's bashful. Well, anyway, you don't need to be bashful about this. Bobby, you like to say a few words?
I believe it. Thank you, Mayor. Guest and distinguished commissioner and all. I had the privilege of going to Gatlinburg, as the mayor said, and it was on May the 19th through the 22nd. We sit through at least 3 days of meetings. And this is our TCSA meeting and also a Tennessee County Commissioner Association meeting. And I had the privilege of going up there and representing us, but you all are invited. Y'all need to know that. Okay, it's a week of work, but it's a good time that we can fellowship with other people there. But while I was there, I had the privilege of standing up for us and being one of 8 counties that received no findings this year. Now, that is really important. But we're also a county that for the last 6 years, we only had 5 findings. And it wasn't for us being a little courageous. We turned in on that 6th county. We would have a perfect record the last 6 years.
How many counties is it, Bobby?
There's 95 counties that's in the state of Tennessee. Now, with that said, we also had, in the last 14 years, we had 8 years with no findings. Now, folks, that doesn't just happen. It takes a wonderful staff, people that care about this county, and people that enjoy working for this county to do the right things for all the citizens. And we're one of those citizens. So because of that and having the privilege of doing that, I bring back to this county, as I have for the last few years, a certificate recognizing us being a county of no findings. Now, we went up against some pretty stiff competition, but when you're there and having the last 6 years having 5, we are at the top of the list. And so that's cool beans, if you want to sit and think about it. So I want to thank all of the department heads, all the employees of our county, and all of anybody that had anything to do with the financial end and the workings of our great county. I want to say personally, thank you. Now, if anybody would like to go next year with me, y'all come on, okay? But it's an honor to present this now. Can I give it to Jody?
Get Jody, take a picture. We're gonna put it in the paper, 'cause I think it's worth recognizing Robeson County and the work everybody's done. Bobby Couch, you need to come up here too and get your pictures, since you're chairman of the budget committee.
Billy says I'll break the camera.
Right, my phone.
So actually, all the county commissioners have a part in this. because They vote and they give all the department heads everything we need to run our departments as efficiently and effectively as possible. So
That even counts the
thank you
schools.
all.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, when you're talking about the school budget, the sheriff's budget, and everybody's budget,
School
and the money is all accounted for, it's a big deal.
Very nice.
Smile, Bob.
I am smiling.
Oh, that's all.
Okay. We've got a job to do. I think we're gonna do it now. So whoever gets elected can sit on the county commission. We lost Steve Haley. More safe. I've had 3 people send me notifications. I'm gonna read the 3 names. What I wish you do is somebody make a motion to put all 3 of them in nomination. And then we'll come back and call roll. You say who you're supporting. We'll eliminate the 3rd person out and go with the other 2 till we have a winner, okay? Winner or candidate or somebody takes the place. Big shoes to fill, gang. Okay, I got Bill Jones, 57-7 Highway 49 West. I got a Jonathan Neal Crockett from 4755 Kenny School Road. I got a Bryce Ellis, 9040 Burgess Skyr Road. I'll entertain a motion to set these three names in nomination. I got a motion by Roberts. I got a second by Woodard. Is there any other nominations come from the floor?
Move nomination ceases.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Nomination cease. And, Madam Clerk?
Mr. Chairman, we do need to vote on that motion.
Yeah. Hey, I had a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Those names are in consideration. Okay, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Ayers,
Bryce Ellis.
Commissioner Brinkley,
Bryce.
Commissioner Counts,
Bryce Ellis.
Commissioner DeLong,
Ellis.
Commissioner Billy Ray Doris,
Ellis.
Commissioner Michael Doris,
Ellis.
Commissioner Hart,
Ellis.
Commissioner Head Heber. Jones. Commissioner Hogan,
Jones.
Commissioner Jackson,
Ellis.
Commissioner Martin,
Jones. Jones.
Commissioner Moore. Alice. Commissioner Morgan,
Bill Jones.
Commissioner Pierce,
Jones.
Commissioner Roberts,
Ellis.
Commissioner Rummel,
Jones.
Stroud,
Ellis.
Commissioner Stubblefield,
Ellis.
Commissioner Summers,
Ellis.
Commissioner Settle,
Ellis.
Commissioner White,
Jones.
Commissioner Wilson,
Ellis.
Commissioner Woodard.
Ellis.
Mr. Ellis got
16 to what?
7.
Okay. Mr. Ellis receives 16 votes to Mr. Jones' 7. I do declare Mr. Ellis is the next county commissioner representing District 11. Thank y'all. Thank all the people that put their name in. Thank you. Mr. Ellis, would you come forward? Madam Clerk, would you like to have honors?
Sure. Whatever you want to do.
Do my hip.
It's your raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Bryce Ellis,
I, Bryce Ellis,
do swear
do swear
that I will perform
that I will perform
with fidelity
with fidelity
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
to which I have been elected
which I have been elected,
and which I'm about to assume.
which I am about to assume.
And I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
to support the constitutions
to support the Constitution
of the state of Tennessee
of the state of Tennessee
and the United States,
and the United States,
and to faithfully perform
and to faithfully perform
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of County Commissioner
of County Commissioner
representing the 11th District
representing the 11th District
of Robertson County, Tennessee.
of Robertson County, Tennessee.
All right, it's just sign right there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Ellis,
Yes, sir.
have a seat anywhere you like. Steve did sit over on the end over here. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Yes, sir.
Reversal. Okay, is any public comments from the public about what's on tonight's agenda other than zoning?
I came here right on time, but I was not able to get in because of the baseball team, so I didn't get put on the ship.
Okay, are you want to speak of something other than zoning issue?
Talk about it.
What do you say?
Just a zoning, I think, Mayor.
Just zoning? Okay, I'll call that later. All right, thank you. All right, there's no public comments. We'll move to reports. First on the list is highway report. Any questions or comments? Animal control, any questions or comments? Trustees report, any questions or comments? Planning, any questions or comments? EMA, any questions or comments? Fire Committee, any questions or comments? Solid Waste, any questions or comments? EMS, questions or comments? Finance, any questions or comments? Tells me everybody's done their homework. All right. Take a motion to file reports.
So moved.
Got a motion by Commissioner Hogan, second by Commissioner Stroud. Question being called. If you for filing reports, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? So moved. Reports are filed. Thank you. All right, we have no elections and appointments other than what we just did. We now move to the public hearing. This is where I invite the public to be part of the county commission. If you signed that sheet, and I think you said you got 9. It'd be 10. Okay. 10, if you will, come up, state your name. When it's on what we're talking about, your name, your address, and Madam Clerk has already put up the 3-minute mark. I think, do you hear a bell ring or something? Okay.
Mayor,
Yeah.
they need to present underneath what you gotta do.
Do what? Oh, come on up, Pam. I wasn't gonna do it. Once I seen him, I was gonna call. Okay, Hunter.
Okay. Resolution number 0616250043. Clarion Homes request to rezone 39.30 acres from R2 to R40 located on Horseshoe Road, tax map 085, parcel 096.00, third voting district. Planning Commission recommended by a vote of 5-0.
Okay. If you will, line up, and I'll let the public speak on this.
You mean to put on there?
Yeah, go ahead and name the name. Look like they're bashed.
Chris Boger.
Ms. Boger?
My better half join me since she's here too.
She gonna speak too?
Yes, sir. She signed it.
Did she say, come on up, ma'am?
Should give her 3 minutes also.
Yeah,
We won't be here 3 minutes.
go ahead and get in front of me.
Yeah, get in front of you. Mr. Mayor, thank you. County Commissioner, thank you. Gentlemen, my name is Chris Bogers, my wife Tanis. We lived on Callista Road for almost 30 years. Live on a 142-acre farm that's been in her family for well over 150 years. We've lived in White House basically all our lives. I know she has. I've been there since 1974. My dad has been Citizen of the Year. He's started the Chamber of Commerce, which I now are a member of. I'm a business owner in White House, Tennessee. And, living on Callista Road for 30 years, I've seen a lot of growth. I'm not opposed to growth. I've lived in White House when we only had a stoplight, 4-way stop, 31W and 76. I'm not opposed to growth. I'm just opposed to not doing it the right way. We have to build the infrastructure. Callista Road is too dangerous. We have potholes, we have runoffs, we have people going 90 miles an hour on it, and people going, still tractors on the road. There's still tractors on the road. So you don't know what you're going to get in every turn. We add 36 more homes, times that by 2 or 3, you're going to have over 100 more cars on that road. I know that they are going down Horseshoe Road. Horseshoe Road is horrible. It's worse. I know that right now our ISO rating, ISO is the PPC, which is the Public Protection Certification. I don't know about all of y'all, but my insurance went up over $800 because we have an ISO rating of 10, which is the worst in Cross Plains. And that's who's our fire department and EMS. So with that said, how are they going to respond to 36 more homes? I don't understand it. I don't know where the math is. We've been there 30 years. You know how many times I've seen Callista Road widen? Zero. None. Never. And you want to put another 40 homes on there or 36? I'm sorry. I'm not for this.
My name is Tanis. Like my husband said, I've lived in White House all my life. I'm a nurse, and first and foremost, public safety. How are you going to respond to those additional homes and the people that live in them? You've got to think about our police. You've got to think about our fire. You've got to think about first responders, water. It goes further than let's turn a farm into a subdivision. So there's a lot to think about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sandra K. Williams.
Sandra K. Williams.
I live at 3713 Callista Road. I have lived there for 33 years. My property adjoins the property that they're wanting to build more homes on. I personally agree with it myself. I can't help the traffic. I can't help what's going on. They're gonna fly. It doesn't matter if we're there or not. So I am definitely for them building more homes. Thank you very much.
Terry Payne.
Terry Payne.
Hey, I'm Terry Payne. I live at 3726 Callista, across the street from where they're proposing to do all this. I've only been there 5.5, 6 years. You know, I'm new to the community. But I've lived there long enough where I have had to try to get law enforcement out there multiple times for just traffic. And I have been unsuccessful at every attempt. May it be the county, may it be the state, whoever, I have not been able to get anyone out there to try to help us to slow these vehicles down at any point. So what are we going to do when we get these other people out there? What are they going to do? They're going to be in the same situation we are, you know, and it's going to be worse because there's going to be more people out there. And Horseshoe is dangerous. I drive a truck, big truck, and when I drive down Horseshoe, I have to stop and get off the side of the road if another truck is not anywhere near the size of my truck. I just can't do it, and they can't do it. So Horseshoe is not capable of taking any more traffic. And forbid a fire truck come down through there and I come down through there at the same time, because one of us ain't gonna make it. And I know it's gonna be me, you know, because they're gonna come through, you know. And it's just not good for the community. You know, the water, every time, at least once a month, from where I live, I see the water department fixing the water pipe, fixing the water line. Because it's just, they can't take it, you know. And I really don't think we need to do this, you know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Randy Groves.
Yeah, I'm Randy Graves. I moved up here and got the apartment up there now, 118 Highway 76, apartment 6104, White House, Tennessee, 37188. And I'm the executor over my mother and daddy's estate out there. This is about 39 acres. Of course, I'm for this. My mother moved here, at the time, they moved here in 1950. And I was born up there in 1956, so I've been up here. So all this stuff, I've been here. Road got, you know, the speeders is what most of the problem is to that road. If you go down Horseshoe Road doing 30 and 40, you don't have any trouble. But some of these people doing 60 down through there, it's a mess. I agree with them on that. Like that guy said, had the police sitting out there. I'll probably be the first one to catch it. They clean up out there. They got everybody speeds. A whole lot of everybody speeds. I'm for this R40. As an executive of her will in that land, I'm very happy that's not turned into a, a house of foot. I mean, I'm very happy for it. We're gonna have 30 to 32 houses, R40, right there a mile from from the interstate, Walmart, and Kroger. That's gonna be a lot of people. It's a better option than those tall blue houses up there. It's a good option for me. Well, I think it's a good project. Now, these people were coming up here saying that Mr. Fletcher and Mr. Frost would have to get what they got because of this. I disagree with that. This is a small project. It's got the R40 on it. It's got its own septic tanks. They're completely different. They're bigger. They're over here, and we don't know what they're gonna do. We don't know what they're gonna do. They're smart people. They real smart people, both of them. Mr. Frost, I worked for his granddad. Good people, so we don't know. That may be 5 years before they do anything. And I don't think the county looks at that. I think he looks at the property. We got turned down of R30 last time. There's R30s and R40s across the road. They didn't go with that. They just turned us down, we was close, but they didn't go with that stuff over here. They looked at us, at the building, so. That's about it, but I think it's good. I think it'd be good for Robertson County.
Rachel Teal.
Hi, my name is Rachel Teal. I'm with Clarion Homes. Many of you may be familiar with this.
We'll give us your address too. For the record, where you live, and address.
Oh, I'm sorry. I live at 129A Grove Lane South in Hendersonville, Tennessee. So many of you may be familiar with us from our previous appearance before you. But for those who aren't, I'd like to take a moment to introduce who we are. I co-own Clarion Homes with my father, Johnny Johnson, and my brother, Travis. We're a small, family-owned and operated home building company, and we've been building homes throughout Middle Tennessee since 1999. Last fall, we acquired 39.3 acres of the Graves Farm located along Callista and Horseshoe Road. Our initial request was to have the property rezoned to R30, which would have allowed us to develop up to 38 lots. But since that fell short of passing, we are now requesting the property be rezoned to R40. Our goal is to develop a nice residential neighborhood on this site. Under the R40 zoning, we will offer lots that are at least 9/10 of an acre. Our preliminary plans indicated we could develop up to 31 lots with the R40 zoning. We intend to build only single-family homes. The most will be between 2,400 to 3,000 square feet. The neighborhood will include a new road with curbs and access points on both Callista Road and Horseshoe Road. We've already conducted initial soil testing and will install private individual septic systems for each home. White House Utility District has approved the water taps needed for the neighborhood. In our initial research for the R30 zoning, Johnny met with Troy Atkins, a highway superintendent for Robertson County. He expressed that the roads were adequate for a neighborhood of that size, but did indicate that Horseshoe Road could benefit from being widened. We have agreed to widen this road by 2 feet from the edge of our property to Callista Road, around 750 feet. If approved, we are committed to building a neighborhood that y'all can be proud of. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you.
Great.
Allison Turner.
Allison Turner.
Hi, I'm Allison Turner with Greenwood Design. We're the project engineer for this development. My address is 1289 Lot 4 Road, Gallatin, Tennessee. So this project was developed, initially we came in with 38 lots. Now we're down to 31 lots using 40,000 square foot lots as a minimum. Most of them are going to be a little bit larger than that. This fits in line with the 2040 Comprehensive Growth Plan that the county has developed and how, how growth is going to move forward. And in fact, it exceeds all the metrics. So for density, the plan calls for two dwelling units per acre. This will be 0.79 units per acre. So you're already less than your growth plan has called for. With the 1 acre lots, almost 1 acre, 0.9, you'll be able to, all the roads will be internal. So all the driveways will be internal, no driveways onto Callista, no driveways onto Horseshoe. The water supply is ample with White House Utility District. Someone says they see White House out there working on the lines a lot. White House is kind of on the Cadillac of water lines systems as far as from someone who has to deal with all the different ones. They want the best of the best. So they do have an ample supply of water in this particular area. Can't say that everywhere, but here we're in great shape. The septic system, it's a good piece of land. There's plenty of ample septic. There was enough to serve 38 units. There's plenty to serve 31 units. Having the addition to Horseshoe Road will help at least at that intersection coming into Callista. Every little bit, 2 feet doesn't sound like a lot. I live on a narrow road, 2 feet's a lot. So that'll help increase that maneuverability at the intersection. It'll also help with visibility at that intersection. It's a good flat area right there where you're coming out of this subdivision. It's aligned with a driveway across so that minimizes conflicts. And these lots will be bigger than most of the single family lots in the area. So trying to think of anything else that might be helpful. I think she covered most of my topics as far as the school district has said there's plenty of room for this, 31 units. This is not a large development. You could have much larger, especially with an interstate adjacent to it. So this will maintain a lot of tree growth around the perimeter, and probably additional tree growth will go on Callista since that'll be the back end.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Donnie Johnson.
Johnny Johnson, I live at 116 Steelhouse Road in Hendersonville. And for the last 7 or 8 months, we've been talking to you people about this. And I want to first thank our local, the correct Pam and Hunter. They've been very helpful to us. And I thank the commissioners for being patient, because I know I've talked to probably every one of you more than one time. But, if you have some questions, I'll ask them, but all I can tell you is that you will get a great project that you'll be happy you voted for. And I appreciate if you do so. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Gentleman that was late.
Sir? Yeah.
Good evening, y'all. My name is Trenton Anderson of 8296 Horseshoe Road. First, thank you, Mr. Vogel, for allowing me to speak, even though that happened. First things first, again, as I said the last time that we were here, I appreciate that everything that you guys have been doing to try and address our concerns. And it really is y'all have a great product. You do. The issue is, and I have it on good authority from someone within the Frost family, that they will be back. They will be back. And that means it's like, I want to say about 150, 200, close to maybe even 250 homes right across the street from you guys. And all of these concerns, they're saying, oh, it's not that big of a deal. And then, yeah, that's right. It's not that big of a deal if we let them come in and it's a great product. But what's going to happen afterwards? If the Frost farm gets developed, That's all these new families coming in on this dangerous road. And on top of that, we're going to overrun the school systems. We've already been discussing these issues. That's why Frost was told no. That's why the Fletcher farm was told no before y'all even got here to y'all. Another thing too is I noticed on the map, the plan that there is a proposed runoff stream buffer on the east side of the project, right up behind, I believe it's Mr. Graves' home, that'll run into this gully next to I-65 and run down the creek and go into Honey Run. That is going to go directly it's going to go into Honey Run Creek, which is where the property line for my family's property is. Already, when it has even a remotely decent rain, it's coming up 150 yards. How much more rain is it going to take for it to get up to the house? Now, if it ends up washing out this driveway and messing up the house, then that's going to be an issue. Again, I appreciate what y'all are trying to do. I feel for y'all. It's not an easy task to be the executor of a will, and you have an amazing project here. The issue is that there will be consequences for everybody in Dogtown. In particular, and again, as we've mentioned already, Horseshoe is in terrible condition. Last meeting, it was mentioned that it was paved 20 years ago and it was only tar and chip. Look. And also the dump trucks that are using Horseshoe of all roads as a cut through from the quarry to these other projects right down the road from us within city limits. This is going to affect everybody. White House, Cross Plains, everybody involved. I appreciate it.
Thank you. That's all. Okay. Let's move on with the public hearing to item B, the Ag 2 to RP 80.
Resolution number 0616250044. Clay Jones requests to rezone 19.92 acres from AG 2 to RP 80, located at 6841 Highway 41 North, tax map 054, parcel 013.00, 7th voting district. Planning Commission recommended by a vote of 5-0.
Any questions? Anybody here that want to speak on that resolution? Seeing none. Any questions for Hunter? Okay, Hunter, move on down to number 3.
Resolution number 0616250045. Jason Brown, on behalf of Barbara Shield, requests to rezone 5.01 surveyed acres from AG 2 to RP 80, located at 5838 North Mount Pleasant Road, tax map 105, parcel 138.00, 3rd voting district. Planning Commission recommended by a vote of 5-0.
Is anybody here to speak on that? Tina Maddox.
Hi, my name is Tina Maddox. I live at 6980 North Mount Pleasant Road. This property is part of my grandfather's farm. My grandparents had a dairy farm on North Mount Pleasant, Roy Maddox, since 1950. The house that is right next to the adjacent property is where my family grew up in and had the dairy barn. And that piece of property that is buffer between where my son is living right now and that piece, we let it grow up woody because it is nothing but wet springs. It is swampy during the spring from starting in March all the way to June. It is a pain in the rear to mow. It is so much rain. I've actually got pictures showing, and it feeds the pond behind my old homestead. So this is going to be an issue. And they want to put in a house there and tear down those trees. It is a swamp land. There's going to be issues with flooding, structural damage, with a wet weather spring. The area is underground. There's aquifers. And we believe that there's a cave system out there because all the years I've lived there, when you hear cars going down the road, you can hear the holler, you can hear that it's bouncing. You're just asking for issues. I'm just trying to I know that property better than any civil engineer, anything. I grew up there. It is wet water springs all the time. It is not going to work to build a house next to. They're either gonna have to build it right up on the road. Also, there is high stress TVA power lines runs right across my property. I planted weeping willows because it's so wet, and they came through and cut down my weeping willows because they're too close to the TVA line. Y'all need to do your homework. I know y'all wanting to build and put up houses, but be responsible. Who wants to, y'all are gonna give whoever builds that house, they're gonna have structural issues the entire time. Same thing like what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to put up something, but people don't look. Y'all don't think about what you're doing to the people that live there. We already have the issues with the wildlife. I have never seen so many armadillos in my farmland. I don't know where all they're coming from. And then all the wildlife. It's just, y'all are destroying stuff. Think.
Anybody else? Okay, I'm gonna shut the public. I got her. I'm gonna let her, she's probably got a question for, Steve, are you gonna speak?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe a member can I just talk?
Still open.
Need to, did you sign the paper, Steve?
No.
Man, I wish you had. Hey, I'll tell you what, if I'm gonna do this, and I usually don't do this, but he is an engineer type person. If you guys make a motion, make him a member of the court, without signing,
I move that we make them.
okay. Need a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Okay, Steve, you got, wherever Madam Clerk gives you.
Steve knows my questions already, probably.
Yeah, I'm Steve Arts. I'm the registered surveyor on this project. We have had soils work done just from a standpoint of being able to assure that we can get septic tank drain field system. That has been approved with Alex McGee with TDEC. And Jason Brown is the son of Miss Shield, and Jason's a builder, so I assume he knows what he's getting into as far as building on this property.
And the soil scientist, I mean, this for the septic and everything, there's a house place that is suitable for a house to be.
That's correct. And we found a duplicate area for the existing home too. We're just splitting the property into two lots, one with the existing home and creating a new lot. So,
Thank you, Steve.
thank you, sir.
All right, I'm shutting.
Steve, one additional dwelling be built?
That's correct.
Okay.
RP80, right?
It's RP80. I want to think it's a 5 acre tract.
It's 5 acres with the main homestead, and it's an L-shaped lot.
Hey, let's shut this thing, public hearing down, bring it back to the county commission. Okay, Hunter.
Hey,
Huh?
you make it known that Mr. Ellis will be the vacant vote.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Ellis will be the vacant vote if you see it on your computers or whatever, because his name's not in yet, so he'll be Mr. Vacant. All right, now, Hunter. We got Ag 2 to R40, Clarion Homes, District 3. Any questions for Hunter? Or Pam?
Need a motion.
Okay, I need a motion to approve. Got a motion by Roberts, need a second. Got a second by Head Heber. Now is any questions, Hunter?
Now remind us, how did this go through planning and zoning?
5-0.
5-0 with one. When there one planning commissioner not there.
I mean, there were a couple not there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
5-0.
But out of who was there, it was 5-0.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone call for question?
Question.
All right, we got Bob Couch wants to speak.
I got the same problem I had last time. Road's narrow, horseshoe's more narrow. How hard is it to get an emergency vehicle down Horseshoe Road?
Pretty hard. Sir, I can tell you it takes 22 feet if you really got a big truck, you meet them. I know that, you need 22 feet of road.
So Callista's 18, Horseshoe's 16 on a good day. And I don't dispute anybody's word. Anybody driving 60 mile an hour down Horseshoe, you've already went to pick them up, put them in an ambulance. There's nobody driving 60 mile an hour down Horseshoe. It's a dangerous road. I'll say the same thing again. I think this man builds a great product. Everything I've heard about it's great. It has nothing to do with him. We're loading up this county on roads that can't carry the load that's there. And I don't know how we're supposed to service them when these people buy these houses and pay taxes and want an emergency services to take care of. That's the problem I've had the whole time. People get up there and say they're not against growth. I am until we figure out how to pay for it.
Mr. Romo.
Hunter, will this size of a project, 31 homes, will it require some detention ponds that would help mitigate some of the flooding issues that there's concern of down Horseshoe, or is it not?
I would assume so, but that would be the engineer that would require that in the plat process.
That'd be typical of a project like this.
I've only been here a couple of years, but yes, I would assume there would be retention ponds required.
This would be up to our engineer when he gets the plat on the build out. Okay,
I reckon I need to speak. You know,
Bubba Dog, would you like to speak?
yes, sir, on this, I know they were talking about widening Horseshoe Road, but it's still gonna dump into Callista, correct? Once you
So
go
there'd be
down,
an entrance on both.
Callista's the big issue. I mean, we don't have no turning lanes or nothing there, is what I've been told, so, about the people who's talking to me about. So, and, you know, I know widening it would help the road, will help Horseshoe, but nothing's gonna help Callista, but basically making the road bigger. Regardless of whether it's turning lanes or whatever. So, that's what I've been told with people.
Anyone else? Mr. Stubblefield?
I was under the impression that the last time that Clarion Homes was here, that they had agreed to widen the road and put in turn lanes on Callista and on Horseshoe.
I thought it was just widening Horseshoe is what I had heard.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What about the,
There's not room to put a turning lane on Calista Road.
but,
Wait a minute, I got Mr. Roberts next.
My question was, were we widening Horseshoe to put a turning lane? Is that what we were trying to accomplish?
No.
Or are we just widening it? Because I mean, I've heard two different things, and I don't think that's going to put a turning lane, that's for sure.
2 feet.
2 feet.
Make Horseshoe 2 foot wider.
They said they would improve the road from Horseshoe to Callista.
From the edge of their property down Callista, 750 feet.
Mr. Romo.
Mr. Mayor, I know the highway superintendent was working on some new regulations for turning lanes for projects like this. Will those be in place and apply to this project, or would that be coming later?
That is in front of the highway department. They'll probably vote on that in the next week or two. He's probably gonna request developers help put in some turning lanes. And some of it's got to do with cities that annex the property, but then they won't take the county road. Dump the traffic out on the county road, but I don't think this one is in that situation. But, yeah, we're looking at developers doing more to help us, because we are looking at, I mean, I can't say a lot before we all vote. I mean, I don't want to hurt the man's chances or whatever.
So would this one slide in before those are in place, or is this kind of what's happening, or?
No, it's got, once the highway department okays it, SLAD will write a resolution. I think it'll be in front of us next month.
So it'll be effective immediately, and
It'd be if y'all vote for it.
Why would it grandfather back? I mean, why would it apply back?
It won't.
Oh,
It We passed this month, didn't it?
If you pass this and then tell that man next month we voted for you to put in turn lanes, that's not fair to him. No. Okay, I got Commissioner Moore.
So Horseshoe comes out on 76. Is that right?
Horseshoe hits
31
at Callista.
31 in Callista. So I guess my problem with any project right now on that side of the county are the roads. The state of Tennessee is not going to do a darn thing to 76. We can't even get a red light for the high school. That's going to be 12 years. 31W, I mean, White House is flooding. There's no, I mean, how much more can Robertson County take? Because we're fixing to be sitting in the middle of Nashville. I guess that's my problem right now because we do not have the infrastructure. Period. That's across the whole county. I mean, I know everybody wants to get out of Nashville and they want to get out of California and they want to get out of New York. But you know what? The infrastructure's not here. If you stay home and run your water and you live out in the country and you're living on a 16-foot wide road with a 2-inch freaking pipe, you can't take a shower or wash your clothes because there's no pressure. But yet we want to approve 3,500 homes here, 38 here, 156 there. I'm sorry. Yes, maybe I am getting older. And I've grown up in this county when there was hardly nothing. There wasn't hardly any traffic. And now we're going to be connected to Clarksville, and we're going to be connected to Nashville.
Mr. Stubblefield.
I know this isn't popular, but if any of our commissioners that did not sit in the planning and zoning meeting we had back about a month and a half ago with CTASC, they very plainly said, if it is not in writing in our regulation book, our requirement, then you cannot vote it down. You have to have a legitimate in writing reason to turn down a planning and zoning issue. If just because we don't like it is not a good reason. Just because mom and daddy don't like it or anything like that. In the meeting, CTAS told us that we have to have a legitimate reason that is in the regulation book in order to vote it down. We do not have any regulations in the book now to give us a good solid reason legally to vote this down. And I also sat through a CTAS class that said basically the same thing in Nashville, that if you don't have a legitimate in writing reason in your handbook for planning and zoning, you don't have a reason to vote it down.
Mr. Bacon.
Well, going off of what Ms. Faye said, we may be in our planning and zoning not have it, but somebody that drives that road pretty much daily and in that vicinity daily in and out. Our main reason is we don't have the road there. Either way, Horseshoe, Callista, if you take Callista out, it dumps out in the White House or on out into 31 on down. It's just, we can't handle any more traffic up there with construction going on that the city of White House has approved and just going on building there. And I know the gentleman makes do a good project, but right now we cannot take anything else in that area. And they spoke on the ISO rating up there. Don't know about that, but I know I've had to deal with ISO rating myself. It's a lot extra to add in that area. I know it's a 12-inch main is going to be tapped in 2 places. To add through there, it's just tap it in 2 places on the same main. You get the same result. It's just going to lose a lot of pressure in that area, and we need to do something to figure it out to where we can let these developers come in here with the infrastructure problem.
I got a question for Hunter and then a comment. Hunter, can you explain to us this resolution 2025-1 that's coming before y'all? a week from Thursday.
So Amanda had proposed, which is our planner, after talking to some of the planning commissioners, that is a preliminary plat checklist to ensure that everything we need on a preliminary plat will be shown on the preliminary plat. So she is updating what is in the book as of today to add some new stuff to it.
So then my comment is, if we're fixing to change the roads in 10 days, why don't we just wait until we got the new rules in place? Make these decisions.
Are you asking my opinion?
Right, that's just
That's y'all's choice.
There's, I think that's your decision. Oh, I got this Stubblefield was fixing.
I just want to say, and I understand, I live on Cross Plains Road. We have the same issue on Cross Plains Road as we do in Calista. So I totally understand, and I understand that White House is just building and building. Why would we penalize someone in the county because White House continues to build? Why do we tell someone in the county you can't build because the roads are not there, the infrastructure is not there, when we know that White House is continuing to build and they've already got another nursing home in play, 2 nursing homes on schedule and another apartment complex. They don't seem to see an issue, but why should the county penalize someone out of the county for what White House is doing to the same thing?
Commissioner Head Heaver.
No, I hit it by accident. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. Commissioner Rubble.
Yes, sir. It seems like we've got some moving parts here, some unknowns coming up in the very near future, including action by the Roads Commission and also later on in the agenda here, we're looking at redistributing some wheel tax funds affecting roads.
Yeah, I'll comment on that later.
So because of some of these unknowns that are in the near future, I'd like to move that we table this for 1 month.
I'll second.
Motion. I got a motion in a second.
Mr. Chairman, I amend the motion that we take up that table if it does pass at the next meeting.
But the resolution will be after zoning.
Requested to speak on purpose.
What?
I said I just requested to speak on purpose this time.
Okay, well, I got.
Sorry, you can't discuss that.
Roman, you still want to speak some more?
No, I just,
Talk about that.
I was just
Maybe
wanting,
your light was on.
I was just wanting some clarification. Shouldn't be tabled for 2 months then if you're saying
Well-
it's not right.
If everything comes up that we're coming up with, but yeah, it will be after zoning before we can pass this resolution. And the deal you're talking about, we're just talking a small sum of money. We're trying to help the highway department out to do some things. But they're not gonna be big on trying to acquire land for turning lanes. That's something, but that's where everybody else in the state's trying to put that on the table.
Got a
Trying to
second.
get some help.
We have a second motion on
On the table.
Table for 1 month, to what? 1 month?
no, well, no, that's a different motion. He wanted to amend it.
Mr. Chairman, normally in the table situation, it will come up in the next meeting.
Yeah.
And if we can note that and amend it was trying to do. But we can vote on it as a table motion as it is. A table motion doesn't have any discussion.
I agree, 105%. These yellow lights keep coming
I
on.
understand, but it's no
All right.
discussion after a motion on the floor is second. We got.
I got a motion and a second to table. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Opposed?
Thank you. We are tabled. Okay, Hunter, move on.
I've already read my stuff. Your guy over there.
I'm afraid to say anything. All right, we'll move to item B2, Ag 2 to RP 80. I need a motion.
Which one?
It's the Clay Jones.
So moved.
I don't know who it was, but I got a motion.
Right here.
Rummel, got a second by Commissioner Stubblefield. Any questions for Hunter?
I have one, my button's not working. How many? Yeah, I've looked all throughout. How many lots is this gonna be?
So they're going to RP 80. So max would be, I think it was 10 if you do the math, but that doesn't include having the septic and all that. So I don't know that they would get.
Thank you.
Mr. Ayers?
I got a question for Hunter. Just ballpark, how many building lots we've zoned right around there close that are available to build houses on?
Like around Cedar Hill?
Yeah.
I know there's some R40s up near Buzzard Creek that I think it's like 60-ish acres. And then there's right around Joe Burns Elementary. You're going from Cedar Hill to Springfield, right past Joe Burns Elementary. And those are all zoned R20. And that's 100 or 450 acres in total. But I mean, we don't have plats to know how many building lots.
So there's 700-800 lots available right now on Cedar Hill that if they went forward, they could build houses on.
If you're asking me to do math right now, I cannot do that. Yes, they're already rezoned, so they could go in right now and cut them lot by lot and build on them.
Somewhere 700-800.
Around 450 acres divided by half acre lot. So yeah,
That's 900.
yeah, there you go.
Well, I don't think we need to rezone anything else to build houses on until we catch up.
Commissioner Counts?
Same thing I said last time. It doesn't matter if it's on that end of the county, this end of the county. How we gonna service them? That's until we figure out some way to get the developer to help us or what we can do to make this where we can service the taxpayers we have plus the ones coming. Because they're gonna be in here in 5 years, they're gonna say, I'm paying taxes, why didn't the ambulance get there? Why didn't the sheriff get there in a timely manner? That's what's gonna come up. Why? And it's fair questions. We don't know how to pay growth. The way we're set up right now, growth doesn't pay for itself.
I think it'd be a hard thing to do anyway, Bobby, you know it?
I know right now we're not asking for enough, in my opinion. And we hadn't even tried to build a school because what'd you say, 900 homes?
900 homes, we'd have to build those schools.
You think Joe Burns gonna, you know, and that's like,
That's me, ask her.
and that's like a sword holding over your head.
Leading this meeting.
I mean, that's like a sword holding over your head. Anytime it can drop.
1,800 more cars.
So
1,800 more kids.
You gotta look at the big picture.
So anybody else like to speak? Go ahead, bro.
Turn your phone in.
Somebody please take George's phone. All right, gang. Ray Doris, what would you like to comment on?
I agree with everything being said here tonight, but we're gonna have to pump the brakes. We're gonna have to hit the brakes. I mean, Nashville is pushing everybody this way, and right now, we can't stand it. White House is a joke, in my opinion.
Amen.
What they've done up there, that's a joke.
Well, I have
And
found,
that destroy the whole county if we don't do something.
I have found out that they have they're tying all those neighborhoods together to steer the traffic out to the county road. I have found that out. You'll find out up through 911. They meet tomorrow at 9 o'clock. All right, anybody else want to speak? Are you joking?
1 second.
All right, go ahead.
I will say this. I hear what we're all saying about not building or whatever. If that's the way we feel about this, instead of wasting everybody's time and letting people come in and buy property in the county and then tell them what they can and can't do with it, we need to make some kind of motion or whatever that says we're going to stop all building on big developments.
I don't think you can.
Because right now, we're wasting everybody in this room's time.
Well, I think you can do is I think if you do that, you're gonna have a county attorney here.
I hear what we're all saying, but we're not doing nothing to enforce that.
Yeah, but you can't just
Don't
come out.
do it.
Eric, I don't believe you just come out with some kind of, hey, don't even come to us.
Yeah, I mean, We're just wasting everybody's time.
Anybody else like to speak?
Question.
Bam. All right, question being called. For this resolution. Rezone Clay Jones. Vote yes, if you're against it, vote no.
What? Sorry.
I don't even know where we're at.
Restate, please.
Tabled if she's not.
It's
able-
not letting me.
Clay Jones, she's pushing, but it's not letting her push.
Already tabled up.
Aaron Holmes.
I don't even know if it's on my abstain.
This is Clay.
I got three just trying to vote. I think we done part anyway, but pushing them yellow buttons. Man, you can't make this stuff up.
And that's just 10.
I hope nobody's watching state.
You want me to just give you a thumbs up or thumbs down?
Reset.
All right, we got everybody locked in. I got 7 for, 16 against. That resolution fails. Next, we'll go to item 3. Act 2, RP 80, voting District 3. Jason, I guess it's Bowen? Brown. I left the R out in my paper. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I think, who was that? I got Ed Hebert made the motion. Jason Moore made the second. Any questions for Hunter? If not, if you're for that resolution, vote yes. Against it, vote no. He's hung up again. Poor Megan, she got her hands full. She broke her tablet. She's got her hands full. I got 19 for, 5 against. That resolution does pass. Thank you, Pam and Hunter.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move to item 11, our resolutions. Chair recognizes Commissioner Bobby Couch, Chairman of the Budget Committee. Bobby Couch.
I'm smiling on it.
Yeah, I am smiling. Madam Clerk, Mr. Mayor, fellow commissioners, honored guests, welcome. I will say that my mother passing was very there's a lot of closure. People come and tell me about things my mother done for them and helped them, and she's my mom. She didn't have a life, so she was just my mom. But that was very gratifying to hear the stories of what she'd done, and I appreciate the thoughts and the prayers and the letters and the cards. Thank you. All right, resolution number 06106250046. This is a resolution amending the budget for solid waste for $200,000.
I've been here a long time. I don't remember us ever doing this. Goes right here, the trash is coming in Robson County or being dumped in we're making our own trash, but we do free trash for the cities. I'm afraid we're gonna have to look at that someday. It was. Because we're taking $200,000 and moving it to, it's about $300,000 a month to haul the trash out of Robson County. They're doing free trash, except if you go over at scale. It's always paid for itself, but it's not doing it right now. So that's my comment. I need a motion. Got a motion by Couch, second by Billy Ray Dars. Any questions? Bobby?
Question.
Question be called. If you're for this resolution, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. Got 24 for, 0 against. That resolution passes. Commissioner Couch.
Yes, sir. This is resolution number 061625047. This is a resolution amending the budget of the school. They received some education funds from the state and from the federal government and some for lunch and breakfast. And there's a big long list telling how they plan to distribute. They have received $1,457,072.
This is something that comes every year, right, Bobby?
Yes, sir, it is.
Right now. Okay, I got a motion by Couch and second by Billy Ray Dawes.
Question.
Question been called. If you for the resolution, vote yes. If against it, vote no. I got 24-4, 0 against. That resolution passed. Commissioner Couch.
Yes, sir. This is resolution number 061-625-048. It's a resolution adopting drug control money for the sheriff's department.
Okay. I got a motion by Couch, a second by Ted Hebert. We any questions for Bobby? Question been called. If you're for that resolution, vote yes. Against it, vote no. 24-4, 0 against. That resolution passes. Hey, Bobby Couch.
All right, this is resolution 061-625-049. This is a resolution to alter the distribution of the Robertson County wheel tax revenue. In the past, it was a long time ago, really before, I guess, most of us were ever here.
2007.
Yeah, well, before I was here. We distributed 82.1% of the wheel tax to the debt service. After talking with the mayor, and the mayor's talked to a lot of other counties, we want to move to, we put 30% into the highway fund, where we're only putting, 18% now? Because that's not enough. Cost $1.5 million to build a road. Got a bridge falling last year. We spent all our reserves fixing the bridge. This is more of us talking about what we got to do about infrastructure, that for homes that are going to be built and what's coming. We have to have bridges that don't fall in. We have to be able to fix potholes. We have to be able to buy ambulances. Cost $1 million to buy an ambulance and staff it. And then you got to pay the staffing from it off. This is what we're getting into. We have to spend more money to haul trash off. I sound anti-growth, and maybe I am until I figure out how we're going to take care of the taxpayers that are here and the ones that are coming. What this will do is help the highway department build up a reserve, so if another bridge falls in, or we need to fix a pothole, we need to repave a road, it'll help them. I don't know that this is enough, but it's a start.
It's great, Bobby. Look, this here is just a small start. We're one of the few counties that I've checked with all the mayors around Middle Tennessee. They've all been putting some into their county roads because the wheel tax just didn't get them. And TDOT's proving that. Okay, I need Christopher Rummel wants to speak.
How much money are we talking about here? You said it's not much, but how much actually do we project it to?
I'm thinking it's about $75,000 a month. That sound right? I came up with a figure, but after tonight, my head is rumbling. $75,000 won't go far when it's $100,000 a mile paved road. And
They have the ability to,
talking about 10 or 12 miles.
yeah, I know this is not much, and that may not be right to do something special with this. It sounds like this is kind of designated for something already. But do we as a commission have the ability to designate funds to address specific issues, for instance, in the White House area like this?
I don't think we do it this time.
I don't either. Let me tell you, years ago, county borrowed, I think maybe it was $5 million, $6 million. And every district got one road out of it. That's it. And we had a lot of opposition from our county commissioner that represents cities that does their own roads. And it's like I told the county commissioner, I said, you expect us to come in your city on a gravel road, spend our money? You know, it's, you got so many different cities here involved that it's going to be hard to come up with a formula that will suit everybody. Right? But we do have, we're over county roads. And right now in the State House, we are lobbying. If cities are going to annex land, they got to take the road too. Can't come out on our county road with concrete trucks and everything and then tear the road up and leave it to us. And that's part of what the highway department is voting on. Traffic, and we want a bond set up for the length of the development. where the trucks are coming in and out. And if somebody builds a development, and they're coming out that same exit, they're gonna have to be doing it too. All this is in the works. I know it's slow, but, we've checked with a bunch of counties. Highway Park's got more power than a lot of people think it does. I got, Commissioner Martin on second.
Yeah, I just, Miss Jody, I'm sure will show this, but this will make a difference as we retire debt. I read that every month about when the debt's coming off. Right now, it's 28, 29, 30 fiscal years, and that's going to change. So I'm sure that should be reflected in our financials that we get every month.
Yes, sir. You know, building up your fund balance is a great thing, gang, because that's what your borrowing power is. But also, we have lived off, finally, interest rates went to 4%. And we've been drawing a little money on that we've used in the general fund to keep from raising taxes, the last 2 years? Yeah, so I know some county that draws $1 million, $2 million a month off their interest. And it really helps. Commissioner Roberts.
This is something we can adjust every year.
Yeah.
We can adjust
I think we got, Madam Clerk, we got the third highest tags now.
Fourth.
Fourth? We're losing ground.
We're going down.
We was first.
Yes.
Well, that's
Trying hard enough.
That's not really the answer because who wants to be whatever?
That won't be first.
I understand.
You know, it's like the governor gave us $1 million this past year extra for every county. Well, that didn't pay for 10 miles, y'all. So, hey, TDOT's going through it too. It's like the man said, we're 12 years from getting a red light up there at White House.
Yeah. TDOT's getting ready to build choice lanes.
Yeah.
And you can pay to run on them. If you want to pay extra, you can drive on that one. That's how they're going to help raise money.
That's not,
I
don't give me on my opinion on that. But anyway,
it doesn't matter what our opinion is. That's what they're going to do.
Okay.
The highway department's getting about $100,000 a month from wheel tax. So it's.
I knew I was close.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about 12 miles.
Yeah.
We're helping them. If they're able to keep some of it. Yeah, but we really don't need to be paying for turning lanes that's my opinion. All right.
That's true. Oh, we don't. It's a contract.
Everybody's voting.
Oh.
I will say we got a very good highway department.
We do.
When they pave a road, this is anybody can do it. We got 24 for, 0 against. That resolution passes, and as mayor, I do thank y'all. All right, the chair recognizes Commissioner Stonefield on our 911 interlocal dispatch agreement.
Well, Commissioners, I am bringing to you resolution number 061-625-050. And it is a resolution to authorize the county mayor to execute the renewal of the E911 interlocal dispatch agreement.
Okay, got a motion by Stonefield and a second by Commissioner Roberts. Anybody got a question for Faye? Question. Okay, question be called. If you for this resolution, vote yes. If you get to vote no. Y'all out of questions tonight? Yeah. Vegas, do me a thumb. There you go. I got 24 for, 0 against. That resolution passes. Any old business come from the commission? Any new business? Mr. Rowan, you like to speak?
Yes, sir. So a couple of things came up tonight that I think we need to come up with some kind of resolution for. One is this trash deficit. The Solid Waste Committee, would they be the appropriate place to help us address that? So we don't have an ongoing problem. What do you suggest, sir?
You know, the main secret, the big bear is Nashville. They don't really know what they're gonna do yet. Right now, they're talking about trucking it all up there to Kentucky. We put a lot of trucks on the road. But there will be some come to our transfer station. And if they do, we just need to raise the prices up to the scales because it only holds so much. And,
Well, to that point, sir, I hope you're not interrupting you. I know when I've gone out to the transfer station to take trash, I don't think there's any kind of documentation required, whether you're in county or out of county, and perhaps tightening up.
They look at the license plates at the convenience centers are supposed to, but anyway, when you pay, most people don't pay cash. And when they write checks, it says where it's from, and they're pretty good about knowing who's in the county and who ain't.
Okay. All right.
Pretty good about it.
If you're confident of that, I'm.
Well, Randy, he's chairman of solid waste.
Yes, but we haven't had a meeting in a couple of months because, you know, we lost Steve. He's on our,
We didn't.
we've had problem getting a meeting, but we're having a big issue right now with mattresses. And
What? Mattresses?
the other counties have went up on their prices on them. And, Sumner and Cheatham, we get a lot of their mattresses, so we're gonna have to come up with a solution for that too.
Yeah.
It's a big issue out there every time, every month. It's
If you haven't been out there, you ought to just go out there and sit.
not easy.
I've seen them pull in there with boats.
Yeah.
That clock.
It's a tough game.
I'd just like to offer a motion that we delegate to our solid waste committee to review our fees,
Well,
see if they're
We
appropriate.
went up on them just,
I got 4 or 5 sitting in here and they're very aware of it. Bobby Stroud's on there, Terrence is on there. Of course, Steve was on there.
Randy's chair.
Who? Yeah, Randy's the chair. Randy's been there a long time.
I think we went up on them maybe 2 years ago at least. Well, probably,
We went up on the credit card fees and
yeah.
that's the reason we've had free trash at the convenience center. Because we run it like a business. Anybody else got something they want to comment on? Bobby Hogan?
I do. My uncle works at one of the convenience centers, and he's doing everything he can to keep Robertson Countyans in that convenience center or in that pickup station. But he has no authority. He doesn't have the power to say, no, you can't do it. Because if they want those cardboard boxes over there in the cardboard box bin, he can't stop them. He doesn't have a pistol on him to say, no, you can't do
Well,
it.
I'm more worried about people coming in out of state and out of county since we're right here on Kentucky line.
I
Going to
understand that.
convenience centers. I do know that if somebody don't throw their cardboard in that recycling thing, it's not that big a deal because the last cardboard we carried off, we had to pay them to take it.
Bad example in that situation, but he has no control over those people coming in.
Well, if you suggest we arm these people out there at the convenience center, Bobby. Sheriff, what do you think about that? We arm these guys out there, trash convenience center.
Be afraid to arm them.
The problem is they don't see the license plates until.
But these guys don't get paid enough to be packing.
They don't see the license plates until they're exiting out.
Well, he makes a trip around as well to make sure. And then a lot of folks at convenience center, they know for
We got to go on.
things, the children, their dogs, okay? And somebody comes in.
Hey, Bobby, tell him I said he's doing a good job.
I will.
Anybody got anything else to add? Lord have mercy. Not, Bobby Hogan, I'm gonna let you make the final.
That's the final motion. We need a motion to adjourn if this is fair.
Well, I know.
Mayor, I have reviewed and signed the application for those wishing to become a notary. I recommend that we elect all those that have applied for to be a notary for the county of Robertson and this great state of Tennessee.
That's Roberts. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I oppose that. That passed. Okay, Bubba.
Motion to adjourn, sir.
Hammer.